We've got a great top zen for you. So let's, without further ado, let's do it. Doodle, do the dandy. All right. Every Batman has to have his Robin, but supporting characters rarely get the credit that they deserve. And it's even worse in video games. Everyone remembers Mario, Lara Croft, Nathan Drake, and Gordon Freeman. But while they're busy saving the world or Princess Peach, it's the supporting characters that flesh the games out. So today we're going to celebrate the unsung heroes, the characters that burned brightly only to be consigned to the part of your memory that you can never quite really reach. Join us as we count down the top 10 supporting characters in history, and I'm starting us off with number 10, Tech Sergeant Hank from Evolve. That's right, we're going in with the cyberpunk post-apocalyptic Tech Sergeant Hank from one of our, like, kind of, I feel like it's like a cult favorite now, because like it was one of those games that we rarely, we didn't really play, or didn't last very long, but like, Jake and I still know about it, Evolve. Tech Sergeant Hank was the cyberpunk mining monster hunter of your dreams. Hank was born on Mercury. His grandparents were the original founders of this mine. He was going to be the kind of guy who stayed in one place and lived for a very long time. And he was also in the possession of a big, giant orbital laser, which allowed him to use his own orbital barrage. And man, did that orbital barrage come into play when you were trying to, take down a Goliath or a behemoth or one of those bad boys. You hit that orbital barrage and like, oof, smoked. They're done. Do you ever get a chance to land an orbital barrage on any monsters in Evolve, Jake?
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, Hank was a fun one to play with, especially support character wise. I mean, I was more of a monster guy. When I played Evolve, I definitely obviously a lot of people liked being the monster, but if we're being honest, that was probably the downfall of Evolve, was that it was actually super fucking hard to win a game as the monster. Yeah. And so that was the only like negative side of Evolve, in my opinion, was how hard it was to win a game as the monster. Especially if you got a group of folks that was actually talking to each other and had good support like Hank.
Yeah. But not nearly as supportive as a number 9 on our countdown. A number 9, Garrus Valkyrian. Jake, tell us why. Is that how you say it? Valkyrian from Mass Effect. Garrus.
Yeah, Garrus. Garrus is a Turian and squad member across all 3 Mass Effect games. Initially a CSEC officer who hates rules and regulations. He's been called a hothead, but is also a crackshot badass who's charismatic and funny. He turns up to be as a laid-back vigilante called Archangel in the Archangel. Yeah, Archangel. There we go. In the second game. It's said that he's got a voice that can melt a girl's heart, and there's an option to romance him if you're playing a female shepherd in the if you're doing a film shep playthrough. And honestly, who could resist that? Garrus is he's a great kind of like your sidekick. This guy, he's in all 3 games. He's always in my party. He's literally one of the only people I trust in Mass Effect throughout all 3 games, and it's for good reason. The dude he's mint. And that's why he's number 9 on our countdown.
Yeah, no, he is mint.
Like Savage said, can confirm, melted my heart. Garrus is he's a ride or die.
King.
Yeah,
absolute king.
Sure, he can get it.
He can get it. Brahman confirms. Did you ever play Mass Effect, Brahman?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Garrus was always coming in clutch for me. I don't know about you, but good supportive character. Very supportive.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But not as supportive as number 8 on the countdown. These 2 goofballs are very, very cartoonishly supportive and persistent throughout their interactions. Tell us who makes number 8 on the countdown, Bronwyn.
Number 8 on the countdown is Donald and Goofy in Kingdom Hearts. Both these characters are firmly established as good sidekicks to a certain mouse, so it's obvious they would make good supporting characters, but it wasn't certain that they would work in the game. especially in a game as complex as we would expect from Square Enix. But they do a hell of a good job. Without adding their cartoon charm to this story, Kingdom Hearts would not be as accessible as it is. They add a bit of comic relief and stability to a story that jumps from world to world. Apart from depleting your potion supply, Donald and Goofy do a bang-titty job of supporting Sora from being destroyed by the Heartless, with Donald constantly curing and Goofy tanking. When I play Kingdom Hearts, I almost never switch out these two characters as I am so in debt to them forever. They bring that bit of Disney charm and really keep the narrative from being too stale.
Yeah. No, I stand Goofy and Donald. They are two of the best. Like Donald's a great healer, Goofy's a great tank. They make the whole trio the Trinity is fucking it's complete when you're playing with that group, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
A complete little Disney crew there. Whenever you see the little Kingdom Hearts artwork or anything else like that, you always see, I don't know what the main character's name is. Ash, Ace, Zora, and then you have Donald and Goofy right there beside him. So always clutch support characters coming in there.
Yeah,
but not as clutch as a god. Number 7 on the countdown is Crustle the God. And I affectionately call Crustle a god because Crustle is god tier. Crustle is, of course, a Pokemon Gen 5, probably a Pokemon that was very easily overlooked. He kind of just has like this big mound of dirt on his back as his big thing. Like definitely a very, very forgettable Mon from Gen 5. But they decided that they were going to put their boy in Unite, and not only that, they were going to make him god tier. Shout out to the Poke Squad because they know the true might of Crustle the God. Crustle is one of the mightiest support characters and truly positions itself in a unique class by being part attacker, part defender, and there's nothing like having a Crustle beside you when you're trying to score, as he can swat people out of the way with X Scissor and run away with Shell Smash. Crustle is absolute god tier. So yeah. We got a whole bunch of gifted subs. Man, we're feeling generous today.
Ooh.
Appreciate that. We also had a follow from Moist VJJ that I've just got to give a shout out before we get any further because that's just a hell of a name there. But Crustle the God coming in at number 7. Have you guys gotten to see any of my Crustle gameplay on Pokemon Unite yet? If not, you're missing out.
No, but I love that name, Crustle.
Yeah, Crustle. Yeah, he's again a very easily forgettable Mon. Like, but they just decided to make him, super amazing in Unite. And as a support character, as a defender, Crustle is amazing. Nibs play games and chat is sitting there. Yeah, I hate fighting Crustle in Unite.
Is he a piece of cake?
He's not a cake. It's dirt. It's like the crust of the earth.
Okay. I thought it was like a piece of cake or like the crust of a brownie.
What a weird name.
People say that's the best part.
It's a rock. It's a big rock. But yeah, Nibs, I do play a little bit of Crustle as a defender on occasions. That's what I mean. If I'm going to play a defender, that's what I want, especially with that X Scissor and Rock Smash.
Total different Pokemon. Crustle the Sock.
Oh
god. Oh my god.
The living sock.
Not the rock. Crustle the Sock. Anyway.
You pair him with Muck and then you got a good team.
That
is true. OP.
All right, number 6 on the countdown. Jake, what we got for number 6 is on our countdown of most supported characters of all time.
Number 6 on this countdown, as far as companion goes, you can't beat a loyal and brave dog, and that's number 6, Dogmeat. The Fallout mainstay has warmed many hearts and carried a lot of loot for many, many Wastelanders. The importance of Dogmeat in the Fallout universe is so high that they used it as a selling point of the recent Fallout 4 series. It could be seen to be a bit too much to focus on one companion, especially considering the opposition. You've got Nick Valentine, Kate, just to mention a few of my personal favorites. But these companions may have all had great lines and can, make taking on the wasteland so much easier, but they aren't dog meat. Dog meat will be the perfect companion. He is simply man or woman's or they's best friend. He will do anything for you. In early games, he is an absolute tank of a companion. After seeing him hilariously scare Junktown native Phil, you can just recruit him. Without him tearing up raiders and ghouls alike, I don't think I would have been able to survive the wasteland for as long as I have. So thank you, Dog Meat. You've earned your spot on this list.
Loyal Dog Meat. That's kind of
a good boy.
Dog Meat, but because he's just dog meat, But he's a very, very good boy. What do you think, Brahman? Is Dog Meat the bestest boy?
He's the bestest boy. Oh, just couldn't have the same Fallout experience without my good old Dog Meat.
Yep.
Right there at my side, carrying my shit,
eating ghouls.
Just tearing faces right off the ghouls,
Get your little puppy.
Such a good boy.
Tearing off ghouls. All that. Well, Dog Meat doesn't hold a candle to how supportive this next character is on the countdown. Tell us who comes in at number 5 on the countdown, Brahman.
Number 5 on the countdown is Cortana from the Halo series. Who knew that computer AI could have such a personality? Cortana lights up the Halo universe, albeit with a slightly creepy chief obsession in the 3rd installment, but throughout she is just totally rad. Basically, the reason you have to stay alive in the first game is so that Cortana can survive. She helps you out when things get tricky, warning you about every little thing, and is funny and smart to boot. I'm telling you, if Siri was as awesome as Cortana, maybe I wouldn't have turned her off on my phone.
Facts. Yeah, facts. Cortana, you actually get like such a real connection with her as a character throughout the whole like Halo franchise, and so I'm excited to see if she makes a comeback in the latest one, because I think I'm pretty sure she's been sacrificed in like every Halo game.
In the intro that they showed in the trailer about.
I think they did. They were like, she's like, "Hey, Chief," and you're just like, "What, Cortana?
Who's this girl?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm the new girl. Cortana's gone." And I was like, "Oh, I need to go find Cortana. That's for sure."
Yeah, exactly. Can't be having no side hoes.
To be honest, Master Chief really isn't Master Chief without Cortana. Like the abilities and what he's able to do, and as far as taking down the Halo rings and all the things that he's able to access and stuff like that. I mean, he really can't do shit if he didn't have Cortana by his side. He's like, Cortana's the R2-D2 that comes by and hacks through everything, the Felicity Smoke of the team kind of thing. And again, with all the technology that you have to deal with in the post futuristic whatever the hell Halo exists in.
Yeah.
Cortana comes in handy pretty frequently.
No, Cortana's awesome. Great support character.
For sure. But it's hard to hold a candle to how supportive this next character is on the countdown. Ellie from The Last of Us coming in at number 4 on the countdown. The Last of Us has been acclaimed as a modern masterpiece and took a narrative in games to a new level when it was released. And that was all down to Joel and Ellie. He had a badass smuggler, and the girl he had to escort across the fungus-ravaged post-apocalyptic America. The game shows that video games could have been elevated to take on cinema as a medium, and Ellie has been rewarded with the starring role in the sequel set for a release in it was released in 2019. It has not been without controversy, though. The trailer originally was super dark, and the game itself had a lot of controversy in it, and some of the narrative decisions that they made. The original trailer had a level of brutality that shocked anyone that saw it, and led to some condemnations from the media. So, but Ellie has always been kind of like a rough and tumble character. She was the one that was, gonna, smack the walker or the clicker's head off at the last second when you thought you're tied down or whatever the case may be, and also very, very critical to the story for someone who starts off as just a character that kind of comes along with you for the ride. Did you guys ever get a chance to do any dabble any bit with The Last of Us? It's a really fun game if you haven't.
No,
Haven't, but like all I know about Ellie is that she was just like they were just ripping off Ellen Page's or not Elliot Page is what I heard about the
Yes,
Last of
they
Us game.
did rip off Elliot Page's likeness, and he was not happy about that when it came out. That was for sure.
No, it's on the PlayStation Plus for like free. So I've been thinking about downloading it because I know it's just one of those iconic PlayStation games that I never got to play when I was just mainly Team Xbox, you know.
That is probably definitely one that you need to go through and give it a shot, for sure. But speaking of dark picks for supporting characters, number 3 on the countdown is a pretty dark pick. Actually, a supporting character from The Dark Knight. Jake, who's number 3 on the countdown?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a curveball. I had to put the greatest supporting actor of all time, Heath Ledger from Joker, or from The Dark Knight as Joker, obviously. It has sort of had to be on the list, didn't it? I mean, there are lots of obvious off-screen reasons why Ledger's work in The Dark Knight is so potent. Specifically, that we were watching a man deliver the performance of a lifetime shortly after he had tragically died. A lot of people forget that, but eventually he actually does. And it warrants equal respect. He literally won the Oscar for the best supporting actor for this role here. His Joker exists in the sinister middle ground between human and almost supernatural, and unknowable, unpredictable, and disturbing portrait of comic book insanity that lingers long after the film itself is ended. It also remains one of the most important acting performances of the 21st century, responsible for how we talk about acting, how the media reports about acting, and what we consider to be award worthy today, for better or for worse, right? Like we're all like, oh, is he a method actor? Did he kind of do it like Heath Ledger? Did he get in there and getting crazy with it? And it's just like, if they didn't, then, are they really even acting? And so it's no surprise that many have attempted to emulate in the decades since, but often with poor results. Looking at you, Jared Leto. But that means that even Joaquin was in the hot seat too. Everybody looked at Ledger's Dark Knight as kind of the pinnacle of performances. And while he is the antagonist in the film, opposite of Christian Bale, he's probably one of the best supporting actors of all time, and really kind of set the tone for what a supporting actor should be within a movie. It's somebody who's constantly pushing the narrative and the protagonist forward, right? And so, anyway, that's why I made number 3 on the list.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic pick. Heath Ledger's performance is absolutely unmatched in comparison to any Joker that's ever been out there, and I mean, we've talked enough about Heath Ledger's Joker on this show to know that we're just simps for that performance. But Roman, you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, Mark Hamill does a great job as Joker, but you're right. Heath Ledger is unmatched.
Heath Ledger is absolutely unmatched.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Mark Hamill and Heath Ledger. That's the only one that's actually like hard to determine to me which one's better. But
yeah.
Number 2 in the countdown is an absolutely iconic supporting character, though, and had to be mentioned in this countdown. Who is number 2 in the countdown, Bronwyn?
Luigi from Super Mario. I tried. Luigi is in this list as he popularized the ability to have a friend or a younger sibling play as your supporting character. Let's be clear, even with the year of Luigi in games such as Luigi's Mansion and Super Luigi U, Super Mario is still and always will be all about Mario. Luigi as a character is just there to help Mario get to his princess and is therefore just a playable supporting character. He is just a vassal for his portly brother, used as a shield against various turtle-based enemies. In terms of skill, Luigi is toe-to-toe with his brother, but suffers from the unfortunate ailment known as Controller 2 syndrome. Mario is better just because he is controlled by the first controller. The older sibling will be Mario, and you, as the younger child, can be Luigi, providing you don't get in my way. Luigi epitomizes the idea of the second player, the lovable but totally expendable supporting character. And guys, I vibe with this so much because I spent my childhood playing Super Mario with my older brother. So I quite literally was the Luigi to his Mario, and he would only ever let me play as Luigi. So
That's how it was.
Because Luigi's the lovable but expendable supporting character, and so you always give it to the
100% toadstool jump off of Luigi's head and get to the next thing and just toss him into the canyon because he's expendable. But he was the number one expendable. He was the number one support from the beginning.
Exactly. And like Super Smash Bros. Goated. I think Mario Kart goated. Like Luigi is that fucking dude when it comes to a lot of things. I love playing as Luigi personally. Green is better. Yeah. You're right, Savage. Green's my favorite color. So
Nibs play games and the chat is saying the same thing. He means Luigi whenever possible. Mario Kart, Mario Golf, all that stuff.
He's got the height. If they had Mario basketball, Luigi'd be out there fucking dunking on fools.
Giving you that salty side eye as he passes you in Mario Kart.
Yep, just doing it. All right, but they got nothing on the GOAT, the number one support character of all time. This wouldn't be a countdown if we didn't talk about Mercy from Overwatch, a guardian angel to those who are under her care. Mercy is a peerless healer, a brilliant scientist, and a staunch advocate for peace. She does less damage. But this is not why she is picked. Whoever plays her is a selfless teammate. Her catechist self-heals her team on the battlefield and amplifies their damage when needed. Mercy's mobility is unlike any other support hero. She can easily fly quickly and anywhere on the map, and she can instantly glide to low HP teammates and descend onto them and heal them. And not only that, Mercy had this ultimate ability, which could be able to bring people back up from the dead if they just
resurrection.
Died. Resurrection. Yeah. I can't remember the catchphrase, but I'm about to look it up because I know it's very common.
She goes, Psalms 13, chapter 5, and then everybody just like rises. I think isn't that what it is? Doesn't she just go?
What does Mercy in Overwatch say? Just
God.
Heroes never die. Heroes
never die.
Heroes never die.
Neither do Goonies.
There you go. Dear Jesus, there's Sax coming in. Mercy. Oh yeah. Hands down, you have to mention Mercy as one of the best support characters. I mean, not only like plot wise was she just a very supportive character throughout the whole thing, but like as far as a support character, a healer, a character that you always wanted to have on your team, you always wanted a Mercy there. Especially with those wings, just being able to fly all over the place. When I think of support characters, Mercy is the number one support character that I think of. So that is
honorable mention. Alfred Pennyworth. Thanks, Savage. I think that's a good one.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. Honorable mention. Alfred Pennyworth is a good support character. We have a bunch of honorable mentions actually. Jim Gordon, Kazooie, the guy from Chalk Zone, J.K. Simmons,
Yoshi.
Yeah, Yoshi is a great one.
Yeah.
Agnes Coltrane from Gears of War, Clank from Ratchet and Clank. Tons and tons of great supporting characters that really, I think, really bolster the story and really bring a lot to it.
Yep.
But that's it, guys. That'll wrap it up for this week's episode of Geek Life. We hope you've enjoyed everything you see here today. And remember, if you want more Geek Life, you can always follow any of us on any of our socials. You can check out the LinkTree that's in our bio below. Definitely go there. If you're a veteran of the show, you've been here before, the best way that you can support us is by liking and commenting on any of our videos, particularly YouTube, or you can always go check out swiftlifestyles.com and use code GETGeeked for 15% off of your purchase. And again, that does come back to help us out. So that is another way that you can support us there. We appreciate Fat as Sax coming in with a resub. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that.
Oh man, that Sax is fat.
That Sax is super fat. Definitely go follow the Fat as Sax. He's got a lot of great content here. He also hosts Saxer Days here on Geek Life, where we have a lot of fun with our crew here playing multiplayer games, whatever the case may be, something to engage the herd for sure. We give a shout out to our Swift sponsors, all that good stuff. If you want more of me, you can always find me at Roose Bane on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. Jake, where can they find you?
At Gonzo Gone Live on Twitch and Twitter. That's where I'm mostly reporting from these days.
And Brahman, what about you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitch at SpaceNiv. And also, you should check out our YouTube channel because I have a workout video on there that is amazing, and everyone should do it because it is just an excellent workout. And there'll be more videos coming out shortly. So maybe even some live content. Work out with me. Come on, get off your chair.
Healthy body, healthy mind leads to a healthy body leads to a healthy mind, which lets you crush it in video games, stay hydrated.
Exactly, and I'm dressed in cosplay, so like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be watching.
Overwatch cosplay, nonetheless.
Nerf this cosplay.
Nerf this, right? Diva was definitely not a support character, though. Diva was a fucking assault tech. Anyways, but no, I mean, I've been doing a lot of Ring Fit lately. That's what I've been using here. That's actually a really, really good workout, and that might be something that I might actually start doing if we get the workout stream up and running, then maybe something that I might be doing as well on stream, so you guys can see me sweat and stress over my Ring Fit thing. Anyways, that'll about do it for us tonight, guys. You got anything else you want to say before we sign off? Oh, big shout outs to our moderator. We got our moderator, Littlest Nelly, our video producer, the Cape. The doodler, the dandy doodler.
You doodled this show so hard tonight.
So well, dandy. It was very dandy. It was a very dandy doodle, indeed. Eventually, everybody that tunes into the show is going to get tired of us doing all the doodle dandy stuff, but not yet. Not yet.
Never.
Shout out to our new followers, Moist JJ. We had someone else at the beginning of the stream. It was like Hanzo01 or something or another. Thank you guys for tuning in and checking us out.
Moist JJ, though, won best screen name for new follower. So everyone else.
Absolutely.
We love you, Moist.
Everyone else, you're cool, but Moist JJ, that's hilarious. So
gets the shout out. Thank you guys so much for the support. We will not be on next week, but hopefully we'll have some stuff out there. So stay tuned. More stuff coming from the channel. But we will see you guys next time. Catch you later.
Not a crook.